Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're going to take a look at a premium headphone brought to us by Blue. This is their Satellite series. Let's check it out. Now before doing the unboxing, I just wanted to highlight a couple things about these headphones which make it unique and I would say justify the price for these headphones because they are premium. They do run $399, but they bring in a lot of, I would say, premium craftsmanship as well as a premium audio experience. A couple things that we'll highlight first of all is that they do support active noise canceling, and they do it in a very unique way, and we're going to see that in a couple seconds. It has a built-in audiophile amp. So this is going to be for that audio lover that really pays attention to the crispness, the quality, how robust the music is, how immersive the music is, and it's really going to drive a superior experience because of that built-in amp. So let's go ahead and do the unboxing. We'll take a look at just the build, the construction. We'll talk about other features that are part of the Satellite series and why this falls in the category of premium headphones. Alright, so let's go ahead and open it up, and you can see here that we have a carrying case for our headphones. We'll put that over to the side. We have some, looks like a user guide. Yep, user guide, safety information, and some miscellaneous client satisfaction information. So we'll put that to the side so we can take a look at the headphones and everything that's inside. Now the travel case is really nice. You can see that it has a nice texture to it, has the Blue logo in front of it. Nice construction. You can see feels like leather material on the sides as well. So let's go ahead and open this up. As we open it up, here are our headphones. So you can see you have your headphones, and it looks like you have a little compartment here that has all your wiring. So in addition to your headphones, you have a micro USB charging cable, and you have an aux cable, rather long. I believe it's around 3 meters long, this audio cable. So we'll go ahead and put that back in place. Now let's take a look at the headphones themselves. Now the headphones, you'll notice they do have the ability to collapse this size like this. You can open them up. They clasp this way as well for travel. And overall, I would say they're a little heavy. They're on the heavier side, but I would expect that that's going to be based off of just a premium build, the materials, and also the audio quality. So let's go ahead and take a look at the overall craftsmanship, and we'll talk about some of the features. So let's go ahead and talk about battery life. Micro USB charging port, you're going to get around 24 hours of playback with these, and that's if you're only using Bluetooth. Now you do have 8 hours of playback if you're using Bluetooth with the noise canceling as well as the amp on. So if you're on a train or if you're on a plane and you want to drown out everything that's going on around you, then you're going to want to go with the noise canceling. If you want to have a very immersive experience, like really take advantage because you have high quality audio files on your phone or on your laptop or your tablet, then you're also going to want to take advantage of that amp. So all in all, good battery life because you're going to have that again anywhere from 8 to 24 hours depending on what your listening profile is. Now, while this headphone isn't a second generation headphone, it's still a first generation. There has been some firmware updates, and the firmware update gives the headphone the ability to auto off. So this has happened to me quite often where I put my earbuds or my headphones in their travel case and I forget to turn it off. And I'm not listening to music and not streaming anything, and they pretty much deplete themselves. Well, the firmware that's included in this model has an auto off feature where if there's no activity going on, it will auto shut off. So that's a great feature that's going to extend your battery life. Alright, so now let's take a look at the overall construction. So as you can see here, you do have a headband, and this headband is an updated headband. There was a previous model of the Satellite where there was concerns around how tight or maybe not as flexible as you can see here for the wearer, where it would be uncomfortable over long periods of use. I can say after using this for several hours, no fatigue whatsoever. They've definitely addressed the concern with this headband. There's memory foam with this fabric material that makes it very comfortable. Now the earpieces as well are really nice. I found that this material right here really doesn't cause any overheating. My ears don't get warm, and that also allows me to wear from extended periods of time. You really don't have to worry about guessing which is your left or your right, because you do have the logos here indicating which is your right and your left. On the bottom, you'll notice that you have your power button right here. You do have your charging port, and then you have your headphone jack that you can use for using it if you want to save the battery or because your battery has been depleted. There are some controls on the side, and you can see right here that there's one here and here. And let's just get a little bit closer. You can see that nicely. So you have the ability to answer a phone call by pressing that button. You also have the ability to raise and decrease the volume. You see where you have your plus and minus sign there. So real easy controls. They're easy to find as you're running your finger around the controls, so no issues there whatsoever. And as I mentioned, you can use these to take phone calls. There's a mic. On this side is where you'll find your amp, and you also have your Bluetooth as well as your active noise cancellation feature. Now, when it comes to active noise cancellation, where this really differs, and it really is different from any other headphone on the market, is the fact that Blue chose to have two drivers. Unlike other solutions that are on the market, other headphones that have noise canceling, they have a single driver that delivers both music as well as deals with the active noise canceling. But here you can clearly see that there are actually two drivers. One that's going to deliver the sound, and another that's going to deal with the active noise canceling. And by having that dedicated driver, it just enhances the experience much better. So now let's talk about overall wear. We talked about how the headband itself was comfortable to wear, and we talked about the ear pads themselves and the way they went over your ear didn't really cause any discomfort or overheating. I was able to use these for a couple business trips and found that they were very comfortable. The battery life was fantastic. The audio experience was really good. The only thing I would probably complain about, and it's not a negative, it's the fact that both passive noise isolation and active noise cancellation are so good that I was on a plane and I was not able to hear the attendant notifying when we were landing or any of the communications going on, which was great, but at the same time could be troublesome if you can't hear what's going on. So that's just speaking to the passive noise isolation that takes place when you wear these, and then the noise cancellation, and obviously when you have music, it just drowns out everything. Now let's talk about audio. Now from an audio perspective, absolutely fantastic. So you get great audio quality when having them plugged in or even listening to music via Bluetooth. I will say that once you enable, and we'll go on this side right here, once you enable active noise canceling, like if you start them out, and just in my testing what I did is I tried this direct connected, I tried this Bluetooth, and then tried it powered and unpowered to get an experience of what the audio quality was like. And I can tell you is that as you enable each one of these features, if you get these, I would recommend that you first start out having them without active noise canceling and listening to music. Then you enable it, you get a certain experience. When you turn on the amp, you get another experience. The best way I can explain it is that I'm listening to music and I can hear a little of what's going on because the earmuffs actually cover, the actual this area right here, as it creates that seal, it covers what I hear. But once I turn on active noise canceling, it kind of sucks everything out. It's like literally, it just goes into the background. When I turn on the amp, if I'm listening to music, it's almost as everything became color. So imagine looking at black and white TV or watching a movie on a TV that was not HD. As soon as you turn on this amp, imagine all the colors that you get today when you go from 480p to 1080p or 4K and how everything pops. Well, the same thing happens with music. When you enable that amp, it's all of a sudden it's as if the music had color. It feels immersive. And it all depends also, and one thing I just want to mention is the quality of the audiophile that you're listening to. If you're listening to music on Spotify or you're listening to music on Pandora, Google Play or Apple, you do have various settings where you can have different bit rates for your music, low quality, medium quality, or high quality. To really get a sense of how this music sounds, or the sound sounds through these, you want to make sure that you're playing at the highest possible quality, HD music or the highest bit rate, because that's where you're going to really can tell the difference as you go through that experience. But all in all, fantastic experience, especially as you're using the built-in amp and the active noise cancellation. Now I wanted to share with you some of the things that I found that were limitations with these headphones. And they're not major limitations, but just things to be aware of. When you turn on these headphones, you don't get a sense of how much power you have left. So I would love to be able to know that I have 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours of audio playback. The other thing is, as you're enabling these features, while you do get visual feedback, so if I turn on the active noise canceling, this is going to flash a couple times. If I turn on the amp, it's going to flash a couple times, and it also will flash when I turn them off. There's nothing within the hearing experience that tells me that they're on or off outside of me listening to the change in music or noise canceling. So I would love to have had an audio prompt that tells me amp is on, active noise cancellation is on, a beep that tells me, maybe a 1 beep or a 2 beep, something that tells me what's going on, because that's not there. The other thing is, when it comes to taking phone calls, it did a decent job of taking phone calls. Remember, these are not really designed for taking phone calls as you may see some other headphones that have a boom mic coming out, but it did a good job when it came to taking phone calls, especially as in an office setting. If I was on the train or if I was on a plane, it's definitely picking up a lot of the ambient noise, the noise that is out there, but it's to be expected. Overall, it performed, I would say, better than average when it came to taking phone calls in high noise environments. So those two things, audio prompts are not present, and then the phone call quality is great, but remember, this is not one of those type of headphones that has a boom mic that's going to cut out all the noise. So this concludes my review of the Blue Satellite headphones. These are premium headphones, and when I say premium, I do mean premium based on price. But one of the things I'm really satisfied with is they back up the quality of the audio experience, the craftsmanship of the headphone with the price tag. You're going to get what you pay for if you pick these up, and I encourage you to. If you really are into audio quality, having a full immersive experience, you need to check these out. So with that, this concludes my review. If you have any comments or questions, leave it in the comment area below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, don't forget to share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.